Matt, I was preparing for a slightly different interview, but Alex Fisher saves the day at the very end.
Great finish, hit the target, something we didn't do enough throughout the game, probably something we've not done enough this season, so full credit to Fish. We dominated large parts of that game without really creating enough clear-cut opportunities, and gave them 2 goals out of nothing from what I could see. No disrespect to Southend, but Lewis Ward hasn't had a save to make again, but I'm stood here saying we conceded 2 and 2 relatively cheap goals. Whether the second one Lewis doesn't feel it's a pen or not, he's given the ref the opportunity to make that decision. So look, I'm disappointed with certain aspects of the performance, because we got in some good positions, but we were just too cheap, too many unforced mistakes today.
Would you say 2-2 was a fair result?
Not really. We'll take that point. Hopefully it'll be a valuable point at some stage this season, but I don't think 2-2 is a fair result. Like I say, you're conceding goals and your keeper's not making saves and not being put under pressure. I'm stood on the touchline, I can see where the game is. We just didn't quite have the legs or the ability to open them up today. Maybe that's credit to Southend, but I just didn't feel we took our opportunities, and then it puts more and more pressure on those 1 or 2 moments where you give the opposition a chance. Lads smashed it in from edge of the box first half, and then a penalty. But like I say, we became a little bit disjointed in that second half because we had to chase the game. We're only chasing the game because we're behind, and we've been behind too often this season.
It'll be Alex's goal that makes the headlines, but another goal for Joel Randall. He's really a man in form right now, isn't he?
He is. And he took his goal really well. We needed his attacking prowess down both sides of the pitch today. Rands wasn't particularly on his game. I moved him across because their right back wasn't a right back. He was a centre half playing right back, but he didn't have any joy out of that as well. So some positions to look at and to assess. We just got to improve in certain aspects, and I don't want to put too much pressure on a group which is still coming together and in transition and so on and so forth, but they can play and perform better than that. Like I say, you put yourself under more pressure when you're chasing the game, and there's more anxiety in your game, and you do make more mistakes, but they're good enough players not to make those.
And obviously you brought on Alex with 10 minutes to go, took Rory off. I mean, when you take a defender off and bring on a striker, we all know what the plan is. Does it make it extra special when you bring on a player and he
not really,
like
because I'll be honest with you, we were disjointed for the last 15 or 20 minutes of the game. I'm having to make those changes to get certain personnel on the pitch. That if we get the ball in the area, then we've got bodies in the right place. It so happened in the 95th, 96th minute of the game. Like I say, they didn't affect the game enough beforehand, because the team was disjointed off the back of it. I know where we are, and we just lost our rhythm in the second half, but then because we're chasing the game, as a manager you have to try and do something to make a change, and to improve the way we're playing. We felt we did that to give us the best chance of putting the ball in the back of the net. I must admit, I didn't expect him to curl one from 20 yards with his left foot, but we'll certainly take it.
And you brought off Matt J fairly on in the second half. Was that just tactical?
Look, I felt we just needed more legs, and Joel has got great legs in the middle of the pitch. Neither MJ or Jake could quite get away from their 2 deep liars. Like I say, it allowed them to sit deeper. The space was there when we made a change. It allowed them to sit deeper when they went ahead. Goals change the momentum of the game, change the way the opposition plays, and like I say, we were getting more and more frustrated as that game went on because we couldn't find any space on the pitch. But space up until that point had certainly been there. We just hadn't utilised it.
And we've got sort of not a week off, but a week without a midweek game, which, considering our run after Walsall, is going to be useful. Yeah,
a lot of the games come. I just said in the previous interview, lots of bodies behind me thinking they can affect this team and affect the game, and they'll get the opportunity. Some of them took the opportunity really well on Tuesday. They'll get a huge opportunity in the next month. Not just the next month, probably in the next 6 months, with so many games. So, like I say, a big effect from some players from the bench today, but the message to the rest of the group is just we need to be better.
And finally, a shout out for Jake Taylor, 250 City appearances.
250 games, brilliant, outstanding. Underrated in terms of what he does for this team on a daily basis, and a weekend as well. So he's still driving his team forward. He was breaking towards the edge of the box towards the end. He gives absolutely everything for this football club, and that can't be underestimated. 250 games is fantastic. And then I must mention as well a great achievement for Julian Tagg in relation to the club's charity as well.
Thank you.